Welcome to CityConnect, the program that brings Shawnee's citizens and government closer together. The Shawnee area has several animal rescue groups working towards improving animal control and welfare issues. Chris Thomas, Administrator of Support Services, saw a need to bring all of these groups together under one umbrella, and ARC, or the Animal Rescue Center of Shawnee, was born. Have you ever even been to an animal shelter and witnessed how many animals are homeless? Have you ever seen an animal tremble uncontrollably out of fear, not knowing where its owner is or where its next meal is coming from? Pets are our responsibility, especially cats and dogs, because we have domesticated them. Volunteering even a small amount of time will make a big difference for our many neglected and unloved pets. Many Shawnee residents are stepping up to this challenge and the time to save homeless animals. We visit the president of SPAR, Saving Pets at Risk, to find out more about ARC.
Okay, I am the president of SPAR, which is Saving Pets at Risk. And Chris Thomas with the City of Shawnee started coming to our board meetings, which we have every month. And he took great interest in trying to pull all the rescue groups in the Shawnee area together under one group, which has become the name of ARC, Animal Rescue Center of Shawnee.
For whatever reason, some people have never taken the time to stop and think about an animal's well-being. But that doesn't mean animals don't have feelings. To witness the emotional pain unfortunate pets suffer, just look into the eyes of an animal that has been placed into a shelter, one that has been given up on by its family. We meet with the new president of ARC, Paul Hines, and find out how he got involved in the ARC program.
Essentially, I got involved with ARC because I was involved with SPAR as a foster, and for a while I was one of their board members, and I'm still an officer with SPAR. And the city was really needing some help with their animal shelter and trying to get things worked out. And of course, the city came and talked to SPAR meetings. Chris Thomas came out, spent some time with SPAR at their meetings. Then we started having meetings on our own. ARC just seemed to evolve naturally.
For many people, ARC has been a lifelong dream.
ARC is our dream. It's SPAR's dream. We've always wanted a shelter where animals can be taken that will not be euthanized. Our hope is to be able to build a large facility next door to the animal shelter. When the dog's time is up at the shelter, they'll be moved next door, where they can live out their life or be adopted from there.
Have you noticed the beautiful flowers and landscaping in downtown Shawnee? If you have, thank a member of the Shawnee's beautification committees and garden clubs. The volunteer groups are responsible for many roadside improvements and planting projects around Shawnee, including the Centennial Tree Grove, maintaining the Beard House located at the Santa Fe Depot, and demonstrating to Shawnee residents plants that require only minimal moisture to survive and thrive in our climate. Their efforts are making a real difference in how visitors and residents see and live in our city. Shawnee has 2 beautification committees, several active garden clubs, and a Master Gardener Association. Though some committees are appointed, all welcome new participants interested in gardening and efforts to beautify Shawnee. The shelter has long been an overlooked area, and ARC is stepping up community-wide and working closely with the city of Shawnee.
One of the things that we realized when we first started having our ARC meetings was the fact that the shelter was really being overlooked. The police have their own foundation that kind of helps look after the officers, as does most other organizations, but nobody really looked after the shelter. So ARC decided that really being a rescue was good, but we needed to take it more community. And the thing is you have 3 animal control officers down at the Shawnee shelter, and they're busy 5 days a week trying to catch animals, plus they have standby hours that they have to pull. And when you look at the sheer volume of animals that they actually have come through here in a year, we're looking at somewhere probably up close to 2,000 animals a year on average since the shelter's been out here. And the number of hours worked just catching these animals, it's tremendous. So we felt that to really help the community and help the animals, we needed to look to how we could actually help down at the shelter, which taking pictures helps, getting the word out on spay and neuter helps. One of the things that we brought up at our last meeting was getting sentinels involved, getting people trained with the Shawnee Police Department so that they could be assistant officers and maybe do an extra training program so they would understand how shelters work and how to handle animals, and so they could volunteer to come down and help out down at the shelter a little bit, just to kind of take the load off. Because these guys, besides doing all of their animal control, have to come in, feed the animals, clean the cages, take care of all the daily maintenance tasks, which, believe me, is a whole lot of work. And the more help they can have, the better. And it's really, I think, an unappreciated job, too. People just don't realize how hard it is to have to go out and catch these animals and then eventually maybe even have to put them down, because, I mean, it's just terrible and it's hard on the guys. It's a lot of stress. And my hat's really off to their job. I don't think I could actually handle that tough a deal.
The animal shelter and other rescue groups are working together to help these animals that are unable to help themselves.
The guys at the shelter are working well with SPAR and with other rescue groups. They go in, people go in from out of town from the rescue groups and look on the website for ARC and see what dogs are out there that are being held, and they come in also and adopt those dogs and take them home with them to put them into their rescue program. So that's another reason why less and less dogs are getting put down.
The end purpose of ARC is to have a totally no-kill city of Shawnee, but there are many steps to take along the way.
Our end purpose, of course, would be to have a totally no-kill city of Shawnee. Actually, it would be great to have a no-kill state of Oklahoma. That's still a long way down the road. What ARC hopes to accomplish, we're going to do this in baby steps. We're not going to jump ahead of ourselves. We're going to start with education, spay and neuter programs, try to start getting the population under control, because building facilities, although needed, don't necessarily do you good because of the quantity of animals that you'd have to take in. The city of Shawnee spends a lot of resources on taking care of stray animals. The county of Pottawatomie County spends a lot of money, as does the state of Oklahoma. So right now we're focusing on education, spay and neuter programs. Then we hope to go ahead and continue on, and within about the next 3 to 5 years, actually set up a facility here in Shawnee, preferably near the animal shelter, so that we can pull animals from the shelter. We also hope to encourage other communities to take the things that we've learned in Shawnee and do the same type of activities in their community so that it will spread hopefully statewide. And that's one of my purposes when I go out to different adoption functions. I go around and talk to different rescues, explain the purpose of ARC and what we're trying to do and how we can't just ignore what's going on with our city shelters. We need to do more than just pull animals, although pulling animals really helps. We really need to get education in place, get spay and neuter programs in place, and the more of those we have happening, the better it will be for our communities, and also the less of a burden financially it will be on every citizen involved.
Commission meetings are the first and third Monday of each month, starting at 6:30 p.m. Watch the meeting live on local cable channel 30 or view the web versions on the city website. Since 1930, Shawnee has operated under a managerial form of government. The City Commission passes all ordinances and oversees the city manager. The city is divided into 6 wards, each represented by a commissioner. You may contact your elected representative and express any concerns you may have. CityConnect can be seen along with other city information programming 24/7 only on Channel 30. For scheduling information and to view past episodes online, visit the city website at www.shawneeok.org. Shawnee changed the holding period for animals in the shelter from 72 hours to 48 hours. This shorter holding period has opened up kennel space for adoptable pets as a result.
The 48 hours has really helped out a lot because what has happened is the animals, you must understand there are animals that come in that are mangy, that are sickly. We had to keep them for 72. Now we don't. We can keep them for 48 hours. That, believe it or not, has made more room in the shelter, and we have actually been able to keep many animals longer. We saw an animal in there today. Today is the 6th. It was supposed to be euthanized on the 1st. It's still in there. The animal welfare officers are able to keep animals longer because we're able to euthanize the animals that are unfortunate. They're not going to be adopted out just because of a lot of them because of their health. So our euthanizing May, June, and July every month on average, euthanizing went down at least 50 animals per month for each month. I think it was like 50 in May, it was 48 in June, and it was 53 in June. So the numbers are going down as far as euthanizing. They may go back up again a little bit, but by and large, the numbers are going down, which is really good.
It is a solution for reducing the number of euthanized animals, and it has really worked.
It has worked. Our point was there are some animals that are not adoptable because they're sick, they're injured, or they're aggressive. So in order to be able to keep that number down, which is why we wanted to go to the 48 hours, that allows kennel space for the other dogs that are very adoptable, for them to stay for a longer period of time, which is working. And a lot of people are going to the shelter and adopting dogs now, and it's worked out very, very well.
One of the main outreach programs used by ARC is a public website.
We have an ARC website. It's www.arcshawnee.org. And what I do is I come down here twice a week, take pictures of all the animals. I post them out on the website. I also run a Craigslist ad so that it gets more attention for that. I have an RSS feed on the website so that all the rescues can automatically know when I've updated pictures. That way they can go out and see what animals are available at the Shawnee shelter. I email breed-specific shelters as well as some of the others that I know that are interested in different types of dogs so that they know what's available down at Shawnee. One of the things that's kind of new, I was contacted by a volunteer at the Noble shelter in Noble, Oklahoma, and I now actually have a link on there for their shelter, and they take pictures of their animals and send me information as well. So I think the idea of advertising your shelter and what good animals you can get from the shelter is starting to catch on, and I'm hoping that it spreads even further.
Volunteers are working on a way to provide low-cost spay and neuter to Shawnee residents through spot clinics.
Okay, we're trying to get the spot clinic in here the first part of November, and the goal is to do low-cost spay and neutering to where the public will be able to, if they can have the right credentials which show that they are low income, then they can get their pets spay or neutered for a very, very low price.
The Shawnee Police Foundation is a nonprofit 501c3 organization that provides equipment and training for Shawnee law enforcement that is otherwise not possible through current funding. The purpose of the Shawnee Police Foundation is to financially supplement the Shawnee community in the interest of community welfare and existence. There are 4 goals of this organization: to support advanced training opportunities, to support community crime prevention and education activities, to assist with special equipment needs outside of the departmental budget, to assist in research and development of new programs to address the needs in Shawnee. If you would like to make a tax-deductible donation to the Shawnee Police Foundation, please call or write today. Spay Shawnee is SPAR's Saving Pets at Risk spay and neuter program that assists low-income households with responsible pet ownership. To qualify, the family must show proof that they are making less than $25,000 annually. This can be done through a current pay stub or through a card showing they are receiving assistance through Medicare, Medicaid, Access Oklahoma, or electronic benefits transfer. The clinics take place at a local veterinary office, normally on a day they are closed, usually a Saturday or Sunday. You can make an appointment by calling SPAR at 405-702-SPAR 7727. You will drop your pet off in the morning and pick them up in the afternoon. If the schedule for the current month is full, you will be placed on a waiting list for the next available appointment. A no-kill goal does not mean that every animal will be saved.
What we're looking at for no-kill, the definition of it, of course we know we're going to kill some animals. What we want to do, though, is we want to make sure that every animal that's available, that's adoptable, gets out there. Animals that are sick and suffering, of course, will need to be euthanized just because it's the humane thing to do. Animals that are vicious, that could cause harm to people in the community as well as other animals, we have to have them euthanized as well.
Many of the citizens of Shawnee are joining together, sharing a common goal under the umbrella organization called ARC, or Animal Rescue Center.
We've been really trying to get ARC together. Like Paul comes down, he takes pictures of animals, puts them on the ARC website so people come down here and adopt animals. We've been trying to get education out. They're going to get, as Roberta talked about, a spot clinic that'll go to one of our vet clinics, and we hope that all the vets kind of participate in that, and we can have a spot clinic take place more often where people with low income can go to that clinic and get their animals spayed or neutered at a very, very, very low price. So we hope to get that done too, and use money that was donated to the city of Shawnee and the shelter for spay and neutering, plus the vets helping out. There's just so many great things that are happening.
Thank you for watching CityConnect, the program designed to bring Shawnee citizens and government closer together. The City of Shawnee wants to make your neighborhood a good place to live. Contact us whenever you have a neighborhood problem or a question about city services. Taking action to help Shawnee neighborhoods. The Action Center is here to help you. The City of Shawnee Police Department encourages cooperative efforts with our citizens to help stop crime through our Crime Stoppers initiative. You can call the hotline 24 hours a day and you may remain anonymous. If you're thinking about starting a construction project, be sure to check on the necessary permits and licenses. Contact the Code Enforcement Division. You can have 3 garage sales a year with a proper permit available at City Hall. Remember, you must get a permit from City Hall for the residential sale before having it. The city issues numerous other permits and licenses. If in doubt, contact the city clerk's office. Several assistance programs are available to help ensure that our citizens are able to afford quality housing. The city's CDBG Urban Renewal Office administers loan and grant programs for emergency repairs and home improvement. Here are some local links you might find useful. You can find all this information and more on the city website at www.shawneeok.org.